How do you prepare your business for black swan events like pandemics or financial crises? We read the book Rogue Waves by Jonathan Brill. The book explores how to prepare for and profit from systematic threats and turn them into outsized opportunities. This book summary includes tools to help you 1. Understand your current state and the forces that keep you stable, 2. Run scenarios to learn where to intervene, 3. Experiment to maximize success, and 4. Identify potential threats, plus many more deep dives available to read in our written summary. To respond to radical change, you first need to know your current state. Many organizations collect past data to attempt to predict the future, but they don't test the present. If your model of the present is wrong, your future predictions will be wrong too. As step 1 of Jonathan Brill's Rogue framework, execs need to reality test their current state. Brill recommends to ask questions as quickly as possible to challenge your own assumptions and discover what you don't know. A lack of information about a potential customer segment might indicate an overserved market. For example, when the U.S. outdoor gear retailer REI researched millennials' attitudes towards wilderness equipment, they were surprised by a lack of information. They rightly suspected a market gap and piloted a new sub-brand that addressed a whole new audience. The second step of the Rogue framework requires execs to organize or model the forces that keep your system stable. For example, when COVID-19 hit, Amazon hired an additional 175,000 employees in just 90 days to handle the increased demand from shoppers stuck at home. Amazon could act decisively to scale its delivery capacity because it had a comprehensive system model with a detailed scenario planning. Amazon could do this because it employs the highest number of economics PhDs in the United States to run simulations and prepare for possible futures. Execs might not have an army of PhDs, but with the right tools, you can use simulations as a risk-free way to generate and analyze a range of possible futures. This is how Amazon knew to hire more at a time while others were firing millions. The next step of the Rogue framework is to uncouple opportunities from future threats. First, identify trigger points that are sensitive to change. You can nudge these triggers towards your advantage through 4 strategies. Either accept them and move forward, avoid them with enough foresight, mitigate their damage and resilience, or when you can't do those first 3, experiment and innovate around them. Make failure cheap and carry out small-scale experiments. Conduct 3 types of tests at the same time. Growth tests to achieve a positive outcome, sustaining tests to protect existing value in an ugly outcome, and insurance tests to increase the organization's resilience in a negative outcome. A well-balanced portfolio of experiments increases the probabilities of success and minimizes the downsides of failure. So, how do you spot the next rogue wave before your competitors do? First, identify the most prominent economic, technological, and social undercurrents that could impact your business today. List the highest impact changes in politics, markets, and consumer behavior they could cause. Pay attention to events that could cause 2 or more undercurrents to interact. For example, trends like changing demographics in the West, the rise of Asia, and the impact of emerging technologies are some of the largest impact events this decade. As birth rates decline in highly developed countries, the percentage of working-age people with advanced degrees will fall. By 2030, the only major country with a labor surplus will be India, and the surplus will barely cover the shortage of 1 million college graduates in California alone. Wealth, production, and power are also shifting from Europe towards Asia. By 2035, over 2 billion people will earn the global equivalent of $35,000 per year, and 87% of this growth will be in Asia. Build systematic awareness throughout your organization about these changes so that everyone can scan the horizon for critical indicators of when they will occur. Companies are disrupted by rogue wave events like wars, financial crises, and natural disasters every 7 years on average. Bigger and more frequent rogue waves are not only threats, they also contain immense opportunities. The most successful businesses, like Amazon for instance, see these pent-up forces and prepare themselves to ride the wave. With the proper frameworks and organizational processes, you can be prepared to take advantage of the next rogue wave. For more deep dives, frameworks, and case studies from rogue waves, read our full summary. Thanks for watching.